about me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hello everyone, it is Sweet Cup AG, and today I am back with another video where I am going to be sharing with you guys some of my unpopular opinions about the American Girl doll brand. So before we get into this video, there are a couple announcements that I thought I'd just share with you guys. Number one, thank you all so much for the support of my new Etsy launch. I was so excited. I've made a lot of sales now, and I'd just like to thank you guys so much for all the support and all the so sweet comments about absolutely everything. You guys are the best. And the next thing is I also got a new laptop. I really love it, and that's where I'm going to try to be editing mostly from now on. That includes photos and videos. I have not quite figured it out yet, so I'm sorry for a bit more of a different time spacing between this video and my last one. I just really wanted to get working on that, and I really want to try to figure that out so that I can really up the content of my channel. And last but not least, I hope that you guys will be able to miss me for a week, because sadly I'm going to be going on vacation. It's my last vacation of the summer, like a big one that's really going to interfere with my posting schedule, but I still hope that you guys enjoyed this video and can live without me for 1 week. So, no more talking, let's get right on into my unpopular opinions. The first unpopular opinion that I have about American Girl is that I did not mind the perma panties that American Girl put on their dolls. And I know a lot of people are going to be upset with me about this, but actually Abigail, the doll in front of you on the screen right now, has perma panties. I bought her whenever she had perma panties, and I would be lying if I said that I had never considered getting them removed and sending her in for a free body switch. But whenever I think about it, I actually think that this makes them a bit more of a collector's item, and so that is why whenever people tell me that they have a doll with perma panties and they wish they didn't and had gotten it fixed whenever American Girl was offering it for free, I just like to say that it makes it a bit more rare, and now I know that I own a Truly Me doll who has permanent underwear on. And so basically I actually did not mind them. I think it's a bit easier. The only problems I've ever had with it are that her body is a bit skinnier, so whenever I'm sewing I can't really use her as a model for the little pieces that I'm using and the outfits that I'm making, and everything does look a bit large on her because her body's a bit more round, but I still think that it's really cute and it adds a bit more variety to my collection. And you're going to hear that a lot, that I think that it adds more variety to your doll collection, especially if you're a collector. And so that is my first unpopular opinion, is that I did not mind the perma panties. I am thankful that they're gone now, because I think that it's very nice that they're able to come off, and I know that bathing suits were a big problem as well, but I would not be opposed if American Girl was still doing them. And of course, like a lot of people, I bet we would still buy the dolls. So another unpopular opinion that I have about American Girl is that I like Courtney Moore better than Mary Ellen Larkin. This might shock a lot of people, maybe not if you did watch the Dolls That I Will Never Be Buying video, but I actually own Courtney, and I would much rather have her over Mary Ellen. Now, this is because of no really specific thing. It's just that I think Courtney, no offense to people who love Mary Ellen, looks better than Mary Ellen, and although I don't think that her story is more interesting and interactive, I do like her, time period better, if you know what I mean. What I mean to say is that I'd rather have a doll from the 80s rather than from the 50s, because although both of the time periods are very interesting and I love researching about the 1950s, I feel like Courtney's collection and everything else about her more suits me and my collection. Also, I like how she looks a lot more. I know a lot of people were disappointed because she was not a girl of color because of the way that her silhouette was depicted whenever whenever she was first going to be launched, but I'm actually not okay with the representation of American Girl, of their girls of color, but I am okay with that fact that her hair is super curly because it fits the 80s, although I still would have loved her even more if she was a girl of color. Just want to make that strong and clear, but I definitely do love her hair more than Mary Ellen's. What I adore is how they both have side bangs, and the only thing I think I would really change about Courtney is I wish she had a bit more strawberry blonde hair, but I don't have that hair color, and so Courtney depicts that perfectly in my collection. Also, although Mary Ellen's story is a bit better, if I'm going to be honest, I got about a couple chapters into Courtney's book because I was reading it with my dad, and we both just got really bored because if I'm going to be fair, it's really not that interesting. I think that the stop motion movie that American Girl made really was a lot better than the actual book. But of course I haven't finished it, so if it does get better, let me know. But that is one of my unpopular opinions, is that I actually like Courtney better than Mary Ellen, which I know some people can agree with, but it certainly isn't one a lot of people like to admit to. The third unpopular opinion that I have for you today is that I do not really like welly wishers. I know that might seem like a surprise to some people, but I don't think I'm ever going to be getting one in the future, to put it in the simplest form possible. I think some of them are cute. I think Willow is cute. That's about the only one. If I had to choose one, it would be Willow. But I think other ones are cute as well. They're just definitely not my favorite. If I'm going to be honest, I think Ashley, the blonde one, I'll put a photo up on the screen right now. I think she's kind of creepy. I'm so sorry to anybody who owns her or anybody who's looking to buy her or getting her soon. I just really don't like her as much as I'm sure other people do. And of course, everybody can have their own opinions. I'm just saying this because I don't really think that they're that cute. There's also custom welly wishers that I see online, and I think that they're okay. Also, their collections are a bit drab if you ask me. Of course, I understand that they're being targeted towards a younger audience than is myself personally, and I totally get that you have to add all that girly stuff in there, just like how American Girl does with the American Girl doll line itself. But I just don't think that I'm ever going to be getting a welly wisher, and if I ever do in the future, then I'm definitely going to be proving myself wrong, as I just really don't see the appeal as much as others do. And so again, it is totally fine to like them and want them. I just don't think that I'm going to be getting any anytime soon. And so that is why I don't really like the welly wishers doll line. The fourth opinion about more American Girl dolls in general is also that I don't really like customs. I know that there are definitely ones out there which I adore. I see some Instagram customs and I think that they're so cute, but I believe that the more elaborate customs are just not for me. Of course, I can't really hate on this because it truly is an art form, and I believe everybody who does it is 100% talented and so amazing. And some of the dolls, like I mentioned before, are just majestic and beautiful, but then there's always those dolls that I see that I don't like, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree on that. Of course, we don't leave any hate, at least I'm hoping nobody is, but there are, of course, those dolls that I don't enjoy. And so if I did have the option, I probably would have it be so that only basic customizations are made to dolls. And of course, I cannot say anything about how the dolls are customized because I've never done that before. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm probably never going to be doing that in the future because number one, I don't think my parents would let me. And number two, I just don't have the talent for that whatsoever. So I hope that you guys can all respect this opinion. I know that it's a little bit out there. And like I mentioned, there are definitely beautiful dolls who I wish I could own that are customs, especially the ones with colorful hair and like wig swaps. That's another thing that is popular actually, is that although I do own Truly Me number 88 that American Girl came out with, the cotton candied hair doll, I do own her because I wanted a doll with colored hair. I know that it's unpopular to not like them because of customs, and they think that American Girl is taking away from the community, which I totally think is true 100%. And I think that if you have your eye on a custom that you really, really like, you should totally go for it, because I'm sure they are all beautiful in their own way. But there definitely are some customs which I think are a bit questionable if you've ever gone shopping, especially the prices of some of the ones that are questionable, I think is a bit outrageous. And I'm sure we all can agree with that. But that is one of my opinions, is that I am not the largest fan of customizations, and I don't think I'm ever going to be doing one, for those out there who are curious about my opinion on that. And so, for my final opinion that is going to be wrapping this video up, is that I do not like the Addie face mold. And before you freak out and, unsubscribe and hit the like button, let me explain. So, I'm not saying that I do not like Addie or any of the dolls who have the Addie face mold. In fact, I love Addie and I'd adore to add her to my collection one day. But I just don't think that it is really an accurate representation of how people of color really are. And what I really hate is that American Girl only has 2 face molds for people of color, as it is called American Girl, and there are many types of people who live in America, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me that they should definitely add more diversity to their lines and collections. And I definitely think that another face mold, or even another couple face molds, should be added. And do I think that the Addie face mold is that accurate of a representation as American Girl could do? And the answer is no to that. So although I really, really want Addie in the future, and I think her story is amazing and so important for everyone to be learning, I just don't really enjoy the face mold. And if I had to pick a different face mold, if I was ever going to get a girl of color, that would be the Sonali face mold, as you have seen on Luciana Vega, the doll that I do own, who is an amazing representation of culture, especially depicted in her books, as I read all 3 of her books, and I think American Girl did an amazing job. Although there is a lot of controversy about Luciana and her whole story and how American Girl might have copied this and done that, I do still commend them for being bold enough to do something a bit out of the box. And I would love to have the Girl of the Year 2021 as another girl of color, as I would definitely be picking her up and buying her, although I am trying to stay away from buying dolls in the future. So I don't enjoy the Addie face mold particularly, but I definitely do not hate it, and I just think that American Girl could just do so much better with more representation. These have been all my unpopular opinions about American Girl. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Also, just a little disclaimer, I did not mean to offend anybody in any way, shape, or form. Everyone has their own opinions, and I feel that we should all be free to voice them at will. And so I really hope that you guys can respect all these opinions and let me know which ones you agree or disagree with down in the comments. I love talking to you guys, and I respond to any and all comments, so I hope that we can really have a chat, and I'd love to talk with you guys more about this topic in the future, and more and more and more. So please leave a comment letting me know. Please also just no hate to me or anybody. Well, honestly, I'd rather have you hate on me than anybody in the comments. If you see something you don't like, please just click off the video and leave. Same with if you were ever watching this video and you got really upset with me. I know lately I've been doing a lot of these controversial videos, and I hope that you guys can all just respect my opinions, and like I said before, we can hopefully talk about them and discuss it, because I think that this community is amazing and I love being a part of it. So I'd love to talk to you guys and think that we should all share our thoughts. So please let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you want to support me more, please check out my Etsy shop, So Sweet Doll Studios. The link is in the description below. I also have an Instagram at SweetCupAG, all in lowercase. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and like the video, because I don't want you missing out on any more fun content. Again, I really hope this offended anyone, and I hope that you all have an amazing day and stay happy and healthy. Bye!